We don't have Tuna today. He's got the man flu. So
He's got
Man flu.
he's having his myriad.
what the what?
His myriad.
He's got a myriad.
His man period.
Yeah, but instead of bleeding, he has anal leakage.
Anal leakage. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, it comes out a different place.
Comes out.
Oh, that's outstanding. Comes out somewhere else.
Gotta soak that tampon and vodka.
Yeah, I wonder if that would kill all the bad germs you have when, or the virus.
It would kill you.
Well, if you don't use too much,
Yeah,
you
you
use
might
a
die.
shot, right? Like 1.5 ounces.
It goes directly into your bloodstream and doesn't get filtered out by your liver.
Wait, doesn't the liver filter blood?
It
Isn't that how it
filters
works?
the alcohol.
Well, I mean, your liver,
I don't,
doesn't your liver filter just everything in your body, not just like what you put in your mouth?
maybe. I don't know. You're probably more knowledgeable about it than I am. All I know is that you can't, like alcohol, you can't vape it or boot it, or
I
can
can't
boot
vape
it, but because it bypasses your liver and goes straight into your bloodstream and gives you alcohol poisoning quicker or a lot easier.
Well, I know people have done IVs with alcohol in it, not died. They just get drunk really fast on less booze. Yeah.
You know people that straight line fucking know.
Steve-O did it. You know Steve-O from Jackass yeah, Steve-O did it back in the day, man. I'm pretty sure it was Steve-O that did it. He mainlined a fucking bag of vodka. It had like 6 shots in it or some shit, and he was wasted, walking around the street talking to people. He was in a hospital gown with his little IV fucking post thing on wheels, and was like walking around the street just drunk as fuck.
I can't find a video, but
it's anything in your bloodstream. So like it says almost all of your blood filters through your liver.
Yeah.
So
alcohol IV.
I see a Reddit post about it.
It's literally a video. Hold on.
I see stories of him telling it.
There is an actual video of him walking around the street. Was it a Jackass show or CKY? I don't remember. I do remember watching it though. It's old. It's very old. It's probably over 20 years old. I wonder if they took it off the internet.
It might have.
Let me see.
Because
possibility.
I only see like him telling the story. I don't see any actual videos.
So, yeah, it is kind of weird. Like,
but that's fucking Steve-O, dude. That dude would inhale. He said at one point he was inhaling nitrogen. He wanted to restrict as much oxygen to his body that he possibly could on a daily basis, and try to inhale nothing but nitrous. That's it, Steve-O. That dude is a freak of nature.
He used to have a gun that you put the CO2 cartridges in.
Like one of those old school whipped cream.
Yeah,
like a whip it thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably, I bet you it's probably embedded in another video he has, like somewhere. You know what I mean? It's not like the main, like nobody clipped it separately from anything else, but it's probably in an embed of a bunch of other clips all put together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about the man flu still.
Oh yeah, let's go back to the man flu.
The reason why men feel so much sicker is because, of course, we're going to take that opportunity, man.
I think it just hits us harder.
That's what I think. I think that we just, yeah. I think I'm on AG's side here. I think it actually does make us sicker.
I think so.
Possibly, yeah. Because I feel like, when I get sick, the whole family gets sick, I feel like I'm the one that feels it the worst.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is like, the kids, they're running around playing like it ain't nothing wrong with them.
Is it medically? I wonder if it's actually medically a thing. and not just a meme on the internet.
Has it even been tested, researched?
Men are not only more prone to acute respiratory illnesses, but also more susceptible to complications and have a higher mortality rate than women.
See, it hits men harder.
Do they
This could mean that
do they
men are
experience stronger symptoms?
that's what that says. It's more susceptible to complications. This could mean that men are actually immunologically inferior to women, or that they face different challenges and pressures when they get sick. I don't think.
Let's be honest. It's because men don't wash their hands like eating lunch at work.
Yeah, dude.
You can have the dirtiest hands and just be eating a sandwich.
What, dude?
When you're working construction, you don't have a sink. You know?
Then I would carry something.
You got a little bottle of fucking hand sanitizer or something?
I mean, you keep like a paper towel around it so you're not like direct contact, but you know.
Dude, I don't even direct contact my food half the time. Like if I bring like a dish or something, you know, and I'll use a fork or a spoon, I still wash my hands.
Oh, weird.
Maybe it's a real thing. The fact that we just are immunologically inferior to women, and that's what it is. So it is really a thing.
Probably.
No, I think once it hits our Y chromosomed body, it mutates and becomes stronger. That's what happens.
Maybe it's because of all the pressures of just being alive, and a man. That when you get sick, it just completely fucking debilitates you.
It feeds off our testosterone. It's on steroids.
Your body already deals with stress and all that shit, like physically, anyways. So maybe just the flu just like kicks you over the edge. Now you're just dead. You know, you just can't. You're immobilized. You basically become catatonic. Fucking
yeah, you just become fucked up. I think it's true though. I think men. I think it absolutely impacts and affects men more and harder than it does women. I just think it does.
Yeah, I think we're probably mansplaining that enough,
and we're tougher. So if it's making us feel even worse, that means it's like way stronger for us.
No, I just think that people. Okay, let's just say in general, people walk around, and everybody's different. And people walk around with a certain level of stress, right? You have a level of stress and a level of just things weighing on you all the time, right? Some people are more than others. Maybe those people get sicker when they do catch something, which is typically men. So I'm just going to say that. Right?
Well, yeah, because a lot of stress is always going to have your muscles tight and
facts.
So you're going to have more lactic acid, which is deteriorating, and like it's, your immune system fighting off that damage.
I don't know. We could be full of shit. It's likely. We're
full of shit. You looked it up. It says that
it's a thing. I think it is a thing, man.
You looked it up. It said that it affects men worse.
Yeah, it says that we're just inferior to women's immune systems. Maybe women just naturally have better immune systems because they're built to carry a life
and feed a life.
Yeah, they have to. So they're just genetically superior in that way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Let's see what Ash wrote.
What did she write?
DM.
Oh. But we've definitely turned it into a meme and a joke.
So this is what Ash said.
That's true.
Said, listen, it's serious when Tuna doesn't feel well enough to talk.
No truer words have ever been spoken.
The truest words ever.
We're not judging you. We're just,
We're not judging you. We're just judging you.
Yeah. We're just trying to explain the phenomena of the man flu in a way that is understandable to people that are not as smart as we are. Mansplaining. That's what that is.
That's the only people that would benefit from listening to us explain that is the people that are not as smart as we are. Because people are smarter than we are. They're like, these motherfuckers are stupid.
These guys are stupid as fuck. Condescending means when you talk down to people.
Okay? At least we know that fish are animals.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, that one just blew my mind, dude. How the fuck could someone think that a fish is not an animal?
That same guy thinks that you can smell warm. Yeah.
What?
Okay.
He thinks that you can smell warm.
Like a temperature?
Yes. He's like, he was the one dude was talking about him and his wife being underneath the covers and fully clothed and stuff. And he goes, "Ooh, I just bet y'all smell warm."
I feel really stupid, but I'm going to try to explain this in a way that makes sense to me. I'm going to mansplain it to myself. When something warms up, it probably does give off some sort of a smell. So maybe he's talking about when things are warm.
Yeah,
you can smell the smell of it being warm. Like warm food or cold food. I don't know. Cold sack or warm sack. Probably a different smell.
They have so many different arguments about like him being wrong.
That's just the premise of the show, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's different bodily fluids you're smelling, Tuna.
An after fornication smell. But I don't think that's not like smelling warm. You can smell warm things, but not warm. Just warm. It smells cold out.
Yeah, he was saying it's like you can't smell bleed. Warm is a descriptive word. You cannot smell that an adjective.
Yeah. There you go, mansplaining again, Rebel. Jesus.
No. I'm rebel-splaining.
We don't need that. We already have to fact check you enough.
Hey, I have a pretty good record, thank you.
It's like 50-50.
No.
Yeah, about half.
Okay, 55-45.
I will go as low as 70-30. As all right. Low as
60% of the time it works every time.
Every time.
It works every time.
60% of the time I'm right every time.
We just talked about the liver just now, filtering everything through your blood and all that. Because you said that if you put a tampon soaked in alcohol,
you can get alcohol poisoning way quicker and faster. I'm not wrong about that.
No, you're right about that. Absolutely, you're hitting direct to the bloodstream. Yeah, for sure. Because that's how blood alcohol content is measured through blood generally, or expiration of through the lungs, because that's one of the ways that you express things is out your lungs and out your skin.
Yeah, it's alcohol straight to the blood. It hasn't been broken down yet by your stomach acid.
Yeah. I can smell people that have drank a single drink the night prior.
Speaking of that, if you don't fart, that gas that you held in will eventually be absorbed back into your bloodstream and come out your pores and your breath.
So is that why people smell like shit, literally?
Probably.
Because they
just hold in their farts?
Hold it in?
Is that why women wear a lot of perfume all the time to cover up that smell from not farting?
Oh man!
And it's always like the most potent flower smelling perfumes too. Like
I had somebody walk by my office the other day. My desk sits about 15 feet into my office, away from the door, and someone walked down the hallway, and literally 3 seconds, maybe 5. After that person walked by, this wave of just potent perfume just fucking smashed me in the face.
And I had to,
bro, I had to leave the room. It was so fucking strong. And it smelled like just shit. It was terrible. It was the worst smelling perfume I've ever smelled. And to top that all off, like, you clearly have no fucking sense of smell. You're wearing something that smells like that. It smelled like dog food and fucking roses or something. It was really weird. It smelled like an old folks home, you know? Have you ever been in one of those? Like potpourri roses and like dog food.
Bodily fluids.
Yeah, bodily fluids. It just smelled horrible, and I had to like step out the other door into the other room next door for a while and let it like waft on out of there because it was fucking bad.
Maybe she had just either taken a shit or farted. And it was just,
Do
nobody
you,
can
like,
smell that.
walk out of the stall after shitting? Does like some of that smell like attach itself to you, and you walk out and you like just walking by the people?
It
and
has
just
to.
smell like
It has
shit?
to, because when you fart outside and you can bring it inside, Like if you walk, you go like, oh, I'm gonna leave the room and go past gas, and you come back in like instantly.
Yeah.
You're bringing that right back in.
Do you ever like chop one off to make sure it doesn't follow you?
Chop it off, like wave your
You
hand.
gotta cut it off before you get in a vehicle or something.
Yeah, like you like let one rip, and you just reach back and do a little karate chop across, just to, like make sure it doesn't. It's not attached.
Like a metaphorical turd cutter.
Yeah, just chop it. Shoop, shoop. Read a little pat, to like disperse it quickly. So
I do like that, like the dog. I like walk around in a circle, or wag my tail a little bit, and then I'll get back in the car.
Oh, to like let the air do it and create some turbulence.
Mm-hmm. Some air draftage.
He spins in circles, lets it attach to him.
Like 300 times.
I walk it up into my clothes, pull my shirt up, walk.
It's not as bad as it's not as bad as the guy that we saw. Oh, it was around our first couple episodes where we talked about the guy who thought that he could sniff up his own fart, like
King Cobra. I still don't know if that's genius or not. Like, is there a sniff counter on farts?
I feel like there is not. I feel like if you just breathe it in, like what's happening right there?
Your lungs are filtering it.
So maybe it does. Maybe it does remove some of it from the air.
Yeah, if y'all don't know what we're talking about, King Cobra is a YouTube guy. He's a lolcow that people love, but they also love to just like make fun of him because he's not all there mentally. He's a few fries short of a Happy Meal.
Now, would it work with a vacuum cleaner, like with smoke,
like a HEPA filter,
like a little filter? Just fart and use the vacuum, suck it all up.
I think you could. Yeah, I think if anything, like a dry vac, even though it goes through just like a regular old filter, there's so much other air coming out of the exhaust that it dissipates it, so it dilutes the smell.
I think that might be scientifically provable. Like a MythBusters type of thing.
We should try that.
Find some kid to do it for a science project.
Well, a lot of vacuums you buy now have HEPA filters. They filter out what's a fart molecule. What's the size in microns of a fucking fecal matter that comes out with a fart? I wonder if a HEPA filter would actually filter it. Let's find out. When you smell poop, are you actually inhaling poop? It's bacteria. So bacteria have a size. And I wonder, 0.4 nanometers. In comparison, the average diameter of a fecal particle is 30 microns.
Yeah, but you're smelling the gas. You're smelling methane
molecule so it's let's say average diameter of a fecal particle. Would you say that is highly unlikely that you would inhale fecal matter when you smell a fart? It's just a methane. It's a mixture of methyl sulfides, hydrogen sulfide gas, methanethiol, and those are all volatile organic compounds.
Yeah, I was about to say, so in other words, highly flammable.
So they're microscopic. But I would say what size in microns, because HEPA filters filter things out in the micron size. So we could look and find out what. Let's see, HEPA filter.
Yeah, HEPA filter will.
Micron rating. So really, it's like 0.3 micron, smallest particle. So it would, if you had an airborne fecal metal particle, it would filter itself out in an HEPA filter because they said it's about 30 microns.
I'm looking up. Do farts have a sniff counter? And one of the articles is, why do farts smell like places you have been or like people's farts that you hang out with?
What? Are you on Reddit?
No, it's Quora.
Oh,
I don't know.
every time you click on those, it makes you want to you have to log in and create a login to look more at shit.
No, it's
That's why I just go to
basically it's
Reddit.
a forum. Somebody asking the question,
You
but
can
it was
Reddit
just funny that
I bet Reddit would have some answers to that. I'm sure there's some Redditors. Let's see. Fart sniff counter Reddit.
is it possible to sniff up all of my farts so no one else smells it on Reddit? Theoretically, yes. Practically, not a chance. First comment.
Oh God. This is bad. This is unhealthy. I don't feel like we're gaining anything from this.
No.
We've talked it into a circle. Yeah. Although we have discovered that a fecal matter particle is about 30 microns, and a HEPA filter would in fact filter it out. But possibly not the bacteria that causes all the smells, depending on the size of the bacteria, I would say.
So, HEPA filter underwear.
How? But if you put a crease in it, then you would change the physical composition of the HEPA filter's ability to filter the micron sizes that it's supposed to.
Replaceable HEPA filter.
So like a little box on the backside.
Yes.
Well, wouldn't it just escape around it? Like wearing a mask during COVID, when all the shit just go in through the sides and around it?
Hey, it worked then, it works now.
Sure it does. Just strap an N95 to your ass.
Yeah.
This is going to be a thing.
Just make boxer shorts out of N95 material.
I bet it would help. Maybe it wouldn't reduce it all the way, but it would probably help some. What do you think?
Body odor is not like, you're not smelling the sweat. You're smelling the bacteria passing gas that are feeding off your sweat.
Yeah, it's like the byproduct of the bacteria that's eating whatever's in your warm, moist areas. Just wash it and it won't smell so bad.
If you're wearing shoes without socks on, so you don't stink up your shoes, you can rub your feet with hand sanitizer before you put them on. Kills all the bacteria off that causes it to stink.
Isn't that bad for your skin, though? At a certain degree.
Yeah,
I mean, we all have
hand sanitizer. You hand sanitize your hands way more than you wear shoes barefooted.
Yeah, but then you touch a bunch of stuff and you get bacteria back on your skin again, and then it just, or it comes down from your arms, because it's all over us all the time.
Well, same thing with your feet.
They would eventually sweat, right? And then start stinking it up again.
No, if the bacteria isn't there while you're wearing your shoes. I don't know. That's just a theory. I don't know if it works. It might help. I don't know if it's gonna completely work.
I mean, you got to have a certain level of bacteria on your skin to be healthy, have healthy skin, right? Because we live with it on us all the time. So I'm sure it's doing something for us, not necessarily against us. Could you imagine that? What I wonder what someone would look like if they had no good bacteria that lived on them.
Boy in the bubble.
Is that what happened to him, or did he just have a bad immune system?
He had no immune system and couldn't have any type of outside contamination.
Yeah, but humans naturally have stuff that live on their skin no matter what. We all have other little life forms that live on us. We're just hosts for them. So the boy in the bubble, he had to have something on his skin. I don't think it's viruses and other certain bacteria that cause us to get sick.
Yeah.
Like Ebola, right? Ebola's is it a virus? Virus. Yeah. But there's bacteria. What's salmonella? What is that? Is that a bacteria or a virus?
It's bacteria. Salmonella, E. coli, they're all bacteria.
Ebola is a virus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that E. coli and Salmonella, those are all just bacteria that we can't process at a certain level. Like, I think we probably have it at a certain level, but once it reaches a point, your body just can't process it off fast enough. Can't kill it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Trying to look it up, and
What bacteria lives on our skin?
no, if they like decontaminated the bacteria off his skin or what.
Oh, like put him in a O3 chamber or something, and like these killed mold. What is that shit called? Ozone? Like something that produces ozone that kills like all kinds of bacteria.
Yeah.
They use that to like tent your house.
Reverse osmosis.
Like that's for water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ozone.
But I'm pretty sure that you can do that with air too. But
well, ozone like kills mold spores and kills bacteria and kills all kinds of shit because it can't survive in it. Isn't it ozone just it? I don't know. Have you ever smelled it before? Ozone?
Yes.
It smells weird as shit.
I like it.
Not like shit smell, but weird.
It's like that. They say like after a lightning storm or a fresh rain, that smell that you get, it's a little bit musty, but fresh at the same time. That's ozone.
Really?
Yeah.
Who says that? Grandmas?
Mythbusters, I think, is where I heard it from.
Mythbusters? Okay. Now we'll get somewhere. We might have to fact check this. We're almost at 45% here. Let's fact check it.
I'm looking.
So they're saying that the rain causes the air to smell like ozone or creates ozone.
The lightning.
The lightning does?
Creates ozone, yes.
Oh. They make these little machines. If you have like a CPAP mask or whatever, they make these little machines. You can put it in and close it, and it's an ozone generator, and it pushes ozone through the whole system and like kills all the bacteria and cleans it out.
This is a pungent odor, sometimes described as like chlorine bleach.
Yeah, kind of. Does that get produced when lightning strikes?
Yes. Oh. Ozone and light.
That's strange.
The scent of a storm is why it emits a smell.
The scent? I thought it was just, you know how you can smell when it's like getting ready to rain or something? You can just like smell it in the air. It's got that like, I don't know. Some people like it too. I kind of like it a little bit. You know, you can kind of smell like, oh man, it smells like it's going to rain. It's almost like a, I don't know.
Lightning or even smaller electric discharge in the atmosphere creates ozone, O3, and two oxidizing chemicals, hydroxyl and hyperperoxyl. HOH and HO2.
HO2, yeah. So it does create it.
Yes.
Moist. We just talked about moist stuff a minute ago.
Moist.
So far, we've talked about the man flu. We've mansplained it a little bit and explained that. And then we talked about airborne fecal matter and farts and filtering them out. We also talked about direct, like mainlining alcohol and or putting it on a tampon and shoving it in your rectum. Whether
periods.
Whether the liver filters your blood or filters out what you eat. I think it's just we fact checked Rebel at least twice already. It's been 34 minutes.
And I'm 50-50 so far.
He's good. Yeah, he's pretty good right now. He's good. You missed a little bit.
True.
So I read today that scientists are reanimating spider corpses.
Spiders?
Yes. If you didn't have nightmares, you're welcome.
What are they doing with?
I don't know. I just read the article.
Because they could do that with people too, right? You can just send electrical impulses through them and make them like move weird, even though that it's like a corpse. Have you seen the fake meat thing? There's like a little video. It looks like a chicken drumstick and it's like fucking moving. Have you seen that? I'm pretty sure it's on a hot plate being cooked is what it is. It's causing that. But on Twitter today, you look for, what's on Twitter? You search, see if I can find it really quick. Oh God, I'm not logged in. Well, that's lame. I'll
be right back.
What the fuck? It's called lab grown meat moving or something like that. Video. It's literally on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen it today. It was all over Twitter today. And it looked like it was in the shape of a chicken drumstick. And they were grabbing it with some little tongs. But this whole thing was moving like almost like a snake. It was the most bizarre shit.
And it's lab grown.
Yeah. Lab grown meat, and it looked like a chicken drumstick. And it was on Twitter today, and I can't find it. It was like a viral post on Twitter, so it shows up, you know. Let me see if I can find chicken drumstick. But I'm pretty sure it was on a hot plate, and that's why it was moving like that. I don't think it was just moving on its own, like it's alive. Fucking weird. But it definitely made it look not appetizing whatsoever.
I bet.
We're gonna listen to us on your stream? Okay. Let's pull up your stream really quick.
Farming?
He's farming, yeah. He's farming out.
He does love him some farming sim.
Did you find it? The lab grown meat thing on Twitter? Oh man. Look for.
I'll find it.
Go. Close all this shit out.
Okay, if you just search lab grown meat, it shows up like first freaking post shows up.
Lab.
Yeah, just search lab grown meat and it'll fucking show up.
Meat.
It's so fucking weird, dude.
It's like moving on its own.
Can you pull it up on the, or do you have it on?
Would you though? Like that does not sound healthy to me at all.
Like it's moving on its own.
This one right here.
Hold on. I'm pulling it up. He's got it on right now. It's not that one. That one. A lab grown drumstick.
Yeah, it's like the chicken drumstick.
I think it's cooking. I think that's in a pan.
Moving.
It's fucking pulsating too, man.
It looks like a zombie.
Yeah.
This is how you get zombie apocalypses. This is how you get zombie. This is the end of the world. I'm building a shelter. That one.
No.
No, I'm not fucking eating that.
Bro.
I have a theory that Starbucks is a conspiracy to make you taste delicious when zombies are here.
The fuck?
Coffee?
Yeah.
The most
just
bitter,
Starbucks. Not coffee, just Starbucks.
the most bitter, shitty tasting coffee ever made.
Yeah. Why
To make
else
us
would
taste good
everybody want? Like they market such shitty coffee, unless it was for an agenda.
This sounds like a very good tweet. Like you could tweet this out and maybe find out what people think about it.
I have before and got no response.
Oh, how long?
I did that Steven Crowder meme
Starbucks.
where he's sitting there and says, "Prove me wrong" or whatever. And I put that on. Yeah, I put the Starbucks is making this delicious for the zombies. Prove me wrong. Nobody did.
Nobody could prove you wrong because you know you're right.
Nobody proved me right either. So
what if you're right about that? What if conspiracy theorist time, right? What if there is something in the food, perhaps Starbucks, that is prepping us to become bars of gelatin that other people will consume, i.e. zombies, even if we're live,
or
to feed the rest of the population.
Some Soylent Green type shit.
Yeah, like that Bullet Train fucking movie. What's it called?
Oh,
Snowpiercer.
I never watched it.
Oh, dude, that's a great fucking movie.
Why do you think that Americans are all overweight? I mean, it's like a fucking pig in a fucking slaughterhouse, man. They're fattening us up.
I think, well, you may be onto something, bro. Maybe you get to survive if you're at a certain like income level or above, and the rest of us just become fodder, and we just become food for
Food.
If you can, if you can afford a dietitian and a personal trainer, you can survive.
I think it's the the upper billionaire, top millionaires, that they'll be the only ones left, and they're going to use the rest of us for sustenance.
Well, why do you think Bill Gates is getting into all the damn vaccines, man? See,
he ain't taking any of them.
No, but he's putting all his money into them.
He's telling other people to take them, but he ain't taking them. He's like, yeah, you should take this. Oh, why don't you take one? Oh, no, I don't need to take one. What do you mean?
Give me a free Starbucks if you take it.
Yeah, I'm good. I am genetically superior. I don't need to have that.
Genetically superior.
It's fun to think, like, what if, like, all the theories are right? What if there is a race of aliens living in caves in the world that's running the government?
I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened that makes me believe this a little bit more is I'm scrolling on Twitter, right? I'm reading posts and some other shit like going on there, just liking people's stuff friends that I popped up. And I see one thing about this MH370 flight, right? And it says there's people that saw or have video of a plane that was flying. They call it this plane that had these like orbs rapidly flying around it right before it crashed. Like it was aliens or something that caused it. I clicked on the tweet to read through it and go, okay, what is this crap? This is bizarre. Now my whole fucking timeline is full of conspiracy theory shit and I can't make it go away, dude. It just will not go away. I scroll past all of it and I go back to my little puppy and kitty videos I like. I like those to try to sanitize my timeline, to get rid of all the dumb shit I just don't want to fucking read about. And it has been pressing this conspiracy theory crap on me so hard. Like, I feel like I'm forced to read it all now. That's what I feel like.
Skep wants more Lisa Frank and less Alex Jones in his timeline.
I just want animal photos, pictures, and videos. And like, I want to see my friend's stuff and an occasional benign news article from time to time. That's what I want to see.
Speaking of Alex Jones, they made an Alex Jones video game.
Really?
What?
Oh yeah, it's something about the Alex Jones and the gay frogs or something.
Dude, the shit on the internet blows my mind, dude. Like, how do those two? Who came up with that?
What is Alex Jones?
He is like the new age Rush Limbaugh.
He is a crazy Rush Limbaugh, I would say. The crazy.
Here's the trailer for it.
All right, hold on. Let's watch it. Okay. What's it called?
Sir, we have some terrible news.
What? Tell me the news. Don't preface it with some sort of statement.
You might want to be sitting down for this.
You can see I'm sitting down. I'm clearly sitting down.
Alex Jones has made a new video game.
What? How can he make a video game? He has negative $1.9 billion.
Alex Jones is the shit. Is something you would never say if you don't know much about him, cause you only read the headlines. Each of these games is made over $1 billion. Alex Jones needs to make over $1 billion. Square things up and make everything even Steven. So he looked up things to do to make $1 billion. Then he did them all in a couple weeks. Step 1,
Publish your #1 book.
Step 2,
Publish #2, #1
Step
book.
3,
Take a little break.
Make a
video game in which he references every single thing he's ever talked about, except the thing for which he must keep emptying his wallet. Not to pay whichever people back for whatever they're talking about.
Stone's game is out with lots of special gears. Pretty cool that he got them all to agree to this. Alex Jones, he's the shit. It's something you would never say if you don't know much about him, cause you only read the headlines.
Download it now at AlexJonesGame.com, because as we all know, anything badass gets censored.
Alex Jones, he's the shit.
Are you fucking kidding me? Is that
Alex
real?
Jones, he's the shit.
He actually
Yeah.
made a game.
Yeah.
Either he's a genius or just crazy. Or both.
Both. He's both.
He's-
I used to like listen to InfoWars until he went on the Piers Morgan
Mhm.
broadcast and looked like a complete and utter insane person and made all gun owners look like that.
Insane.
Oh, he was. You're a shield for the NWO.
Oh,
I mean, like he was
Order?
like straight up. Yeah, he was straight up just like insane on that show, like yelling, veins popping out his neck at Piers Morgan. You're a shield.
I'm not a fan of Piers Morgan.
Neither am I.
I think
But
he needs to
I was on his side at that point. I was
yeah,
like,
you pick the least of the worst, right? Or the least worst.
damn. Yeah. It's kind of like voting, you know,
It's
Pick
funny,
the-
but yeah.
lesser of the two evils.
It's funny how we find ourselves in these situations where you have to choose the lesser of them. Do I go with demon number 1 or demon number 2? Well, can I pick an angel? Well, no, there's no angels. There's only demons. You got to pick one of the two. Okay, well, which one's nicer? Well, today this one's nicer. Tomorrow, the other one might be nicer. So back to you. What do you want
Like
to
they
pick?
say, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
I suppose, yeah. Like, have you looked at all the candidates that are running right now? Have you watched? I've watched some of their videos and some of their
Some of
speeches
them.
and stuff because I want to hear what they have to say, you know? I want to hear where their
Like, I know-
mindset is.
Robert Kennedy was running. Ted
Yeah.
Cruz. I think Ted Cruz dropped out though.
I don't know who's all running now. There's a lot of them that are trying to get their party nomination, right? That's normally what they do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going to go, what party's going to go with who, and who's their front runner that they're going to push forward and all this and that. Yeah, I watch a lot of them. I'm trying to find the one that has the weirdest sounding voice. That's usually the one that gets elected.
No, that's not the case because Ross Perot never won.
He doesn't sound as weird as the other one.
Bro, Ross Perot sounded the most weirdest sounding person that ever lived.
Who was he
And
running
looked
against?
weird.
Bush. It was Bush.
And Quayle.
Bush
And Dan
Quayle.
Quayle.
Who was? Oh yeah, I remember that. Or was it Dukakis?
It was Clinton. It was It was. I think it was Clinton, Bush, and Perot.
Bush Perot, wasn't it? This was in the 90s, right?
Yeah. Who did Perot run against? Bush and Clinton.
He ran against him as what? An independent?
Yeah.
Well, the independents never win. They're too small. They don't have the backing, the money.
I'm never gonna win. Yeah.
No, they don't have. They're not. I mean, I think things have slightly changed over the years in that department, where the independents, aka the like libertarian style people that run that way, or like the middle person, they're getting more and more popular, but they're just still not even close to being there. You know, they're still not close enough. Maybe in
No,
like
those people,
50 or
those people
100
have been
years.
swallowed up by the Republicans.
Well, they just get fucking chewed up by either which way. I mean, it doesn't.
No, I'm saying that the more and more the. No, I'm just lost train of thought. What'd you call them?
The independents or the
No, the-
libertarians.
Libertarians. More and more the libertarians are just becoming Republicans.
It's kind of like an offshoot in a way. I think, isn't it? It's just like no government, no rule. It's so close to anarchy that without being anarchy, that's what I'd say.
I mean, in
The
a
least amount of government oversight possible, which means like there's a guy in a fucking office in a closet somewhere who just says, "Yeah, that's not a good idea," and then people go, "All right, I see your point." That's the government in our view.
in a perfect world, anarchy would be a good thing, and it would work in a perfect world. But somebody's got to be there and be like, "Hey, your neighbor can't sleep in your backyard."
How would it work?
That's your backyard, you know? Just self-govern.
Well,
in a perfect world, everybody would be nice and respectful and was able to self-govern correctly.
Yeah, but the problem with human beings is that there's always a tribal leader. There's always somebody in charge. And anarchy would be no one's in charge of anyone but themselves. Right? So there would be no cliques, no gangs, no fucking communes or any of that other shit. It would just be people living as individuals, doing their own thing, maybe bartering here and there. But
I think there would be communes and stuff still.
Yeah,
but
we'd end up being like blotches of communism all over the place. And then
that's the only place that communism works is in small groups.
There's always somebody in charge who benefits more than everyone else. Always.
Facts.
So then it's just like a dictatorship, really, at that point. It just always happens, dude. It's the nature of people. Like tribes, when human beings first formed, they lived in groups and little tribes of people, and there was always elders or people in charge that made all the rules that people.
Well, that's
followed.
all of animal kingdom too.
Exactly, it's the same thing with, a government system. You can't have. Like anarchy would never fucking work because people would form up into groups and cliques, and then they would want something another group or clique has, so then they'd commit to war with that group and take it over, and then we're just back to where we started at.
Yeah, but then we're not in a perfect world.
How would you ever have?
And like if none of that happens, that's the only way the anarchy would work. Is if it was perfect, everybody could self-govern perfectly, and nobody would be disrespectful or in any other way. That like. A perfect world. That's the only way anarchy works.
I see your point.
That's what I was saying.
Which would never ever be the case. Yeah, no, it could never
ever happen.
I think it could happen in small groups, like 10 to 20 people groups.
Someone would be in charge, man. I'm telling you. Someone would be the leader of that group. It always happens. Someone who they may not even be labeled as the leader, but it'll be the person that everyone listens to. So they don't maybe they don't call him the tribe elder, or the leader, or the president of the group, or whatever you want to call it. There's always gonna be someone who's like the one that everyone listens to.
Yeah,
I mean, think about
I get what you're saying.
Think about you ever watched The Walking Dead, right?
Yeah.
So in a world,
always the best talkers.
Yeah, the smart ones are the ones that talk the best, have the most charisma. Those are the ones that are always in charge of shit. Those are always the ones that call the shots on things, In every little group, there's going to be one. I think it's just a natural way of things. Even in communes, there's always somebody in charge who benefits more than everyone else. Because people put them up on a pedestal, Oh, they're the most smart. They're the reason why the commune works as well as it does. We just have to keep catering to that person, and things will still be good.
Give them our wives and let them have children with all of our wives.
We all get 3 potatoes a day, and I want to continue to get 3 potatoes a day. So I'm going to treat that person, that one who's always, it seems like they're in charge, better than everyone else.
Prime example, Waco.
Waco is wild, man. Waco is a wild thing. There's been so many documentaries and stories about that. Like, didn't Waco cause the Ruby Ridge? Or no.
No. Waco and Ruby Ridge caused
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Because that guy was like, this is payback for what the federal government did to the people of Waco. What are they called?
Branch Davidians.
Branch Davidians, that's right.
Branch Davidians.
Well, I think the only problem with that whole situation, they could have had their whole little community if he didn't start sleeping with minors, and making it weird. If they just lived in their little group as a little group in a commune and did their thing and lived their life, and there wasn't one guy who took 15 wives or 30 wives.
Yeah.
And
their problem was stockpiling guns and illegal.
Even that. Yeah. Well, did they have illegal weapons?
Illegal attachments and silencers and repeaters and.
Well, okay. Take all that. What's up, CBM? Thank you for that follow, by the way. I think let's say all of those infringements aren't a thing, right? Because those are infringements. I'll just put that out there. That's my opinion.
I agree.
If you make a law on a weapon, it's an infringement. on a firearm. It's an infringement. Anyway.
And I shouldn't have to spend $10,000 just to have an attachment for my weapon.
I want an auto sear. How much is that? 10 grand. Oh, thanks.
Here's your tax stamp.
Yeah, $200 tax stamp plus 10K. Anyway, we digressed a bit. Let's say they were living their fucking commune, their giant commune they had. And there was no law on the weapons they had. I mean, they just had them. Their reason is, a lot of people's reasons, is protect themselves from the government overreach, which they attempted to do because, let's just be honest, I mean, they came in fucking militarily, you know, and they felt they needed to defend their way of life. I'm not saying their way of life was right, but they were defending it. So, I mean, and it caused a lot of havoc and a lot of death and terror, and it wasn't good. But the problem, I think, was the fact that he was
a psychopath.
He was a fucking cult leader. He was a psycho, and he was sleeping with children, and that's just fucked up.
Well, my thing is he says he was the second coming of Jesus, but he wore glasses. Like, you can't be Jesus and have bad eyesight. Like,
you're supposed to be perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that? You're right. You know, I'm second coming of Jesus.
Nobody in that church is like,
this.
Hold on. Jesus has to put on something on his eyes, like.
But you know, a psycho like that would have made up it's so I blend in with everyone and no one can tell and only the chosen people know, and they would make up some bullshit, you know, which he probably did. He probably did. I bet someone called him out on it. Like, how can you be Jesus with fucking 200 vision? You know what I mean?
I think Jesus would pick somebody a little bit better looking than you as well, wouldn't he?
I don't know. He would be. Who knows?
I think looks would be a factor.
If you assume that,
or if he was supposed to be like the perfect,
you assume he was the living God, right?
Yeah.
So he would be perfect in all ways. That's what I would think. If that's the case. But he was clearly not, because he had to manipulate people.
Okay. So then another thing. Do y'all remember Bundy Ranch standoff? It was recently. It was like within the last like 15 years.
They made yeah. That isn't there one that's like still outstanding that's still going on?
It's part of the family still.
Yeah.
I think. No, yeah, you're talking. I'm talking about the.
You're talking about Ted Bundy?
No, it's.
Or the guy, the old dude that they just don't fuck with anymore.
No, that's a dude in Texas. It's the longest standoff in American history or world history, even probably.
Is anyone even still there? Or they just like removed all the officers, and it's no longer really a standoff. They just
it's not.
He just goes about his business, and they're just like, yeah, well, we don't like you doing that.
If he steps foot off the property, he will get arrested.
He can never leave. Yeah.
Oh.
He can never leave the property.
I mean, he probably doesn't give a shit about that.
The Bundy Ranch standoff was the Bureau of Land Management, BLM, went in and was removing Bundy Ranch cattle off public land. And they were supposedly mistreating and killing off some of them, and
the cattle.
And it brought together left and right activists. It brought militias came in, all kinds of shit. It was insane. It was one of the biggest history events that I can remember in my lifetime.
Wasn't that here in Nevada too?
Yeah. Or Colorado, Nevada, Utah, somewhere in there.
So it's not Bundy's, like as in Ted Bundy, it's somebody else.
No, yeah. And supposedly there was the Bundy family was in another standoff like in Alaska or some shit, northwest-ish. They ended up somebody being killed. And I think it was one of the protest, not the law enforcement.
Oh shit. Interesting.
But there was like pictures coming off of, there was like the cowboys up on the ridge, overlooking like the BLM were settled in this ravine, and they're like these cowboys are up on the ridge. It to me that was going to go down in like history books because it was such an iconic picture.
Bureau of Land Management, and they were trying to take the land. They
were removing his cattle off of public land, which his cattle had always grazed there.
Yeah.
For centuries, like
It's
generations
public
beforehand.
land.
Yeah. It's something about like a tortoise. It was endangering tortoise population or something. So they were moving his cattle, but they're also killing some of his cattle, and that brought in leftists. You're hurting animals, and then like the right came in because you're invading on public lands, and then the militias moved in, and then finally
taking somebody's
they just
property.
backed off.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah.
I got you. Man, that's wild too. Seems like everything with the acronym BLM just is not good for people.
Check this out. Like some of these pictures, they had like militias had snipers trained on the BLMs and shit.
Yeah.
These are
militia guys.
Yeah.
They just want the money.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can find that picture that I swear is going to go down in history books. It was just such an iconic fucking picture.
Looks like an episode of Yellowstone, man.
It does.
Yeah, it wasn't.
There it is.
Is this in Montana, Wyoming?
Cliven Bundy was his name.
Oh,
and here it is. This is, I think it was Cliven's son was in the standoff in Oregon. This is.
So he got all his cowboy buddies and said, "Hey, fucking, they're trying to ruin our way of life."
Yeah, it's the first time that I seen that the people stood up to the government and the government backed down in my lifetime.
I mean, they should. It's a little bit of overreach there. That's pretty wild, man.
This was them like advancing onto the BLM. Like everybody, they started advancing towards them and shit. It was insane. I remember watching this go down live. It was crazy.
Yeah. Here's what you got. You got, I mean, a bunch of likely. I can't. I don't know how to.
Oh, okay. Stop. There we go. I can.
You probably got a bunch of dudes that are militarily trained as well, because I'm sure there's a whole bunch of vets out there.
Yeah,
there was
that are like, I took an oath to protect the Constitution and all the rights of the people, and you're impinging on those or infringing on those rights, and you're the government, so fuck you. I'm gonna take my rifle and hold you back. Sounds like that to me.
Upholding the Constitution.
When every time you enlist, you raise your right hand and you swear on that. So it doesn't die when you're done.
And you notice like BLM was in that little ravine. There's an overpass above them. There's two sides of high ground above them. They put themselves in a kill box.
God. They're like, guys, we're surrounded. We should probably, leave.
I heard the militias are coming in. This ravine looks good.
How many of those guys are veterans? Like 90% of them. Yeah, we should leave.
Probably not be.
These guys know what they're doing. Let's go. They're not just normal civilians.
But that's the last time that the left and right agreed on something.
Yeah.
Because since then, it has been nothing but fucking at each other's throats.
Yeah. People can't agree to disagree anymore,
No. It's my way or the highway.
Yeah. People just can't agree to disagree, which is fine. It's fine to do that. Yeah. You don't have to agree with everyone all the time.
You can secretly think down about, look down upon them, but you can still be friends too.
Yeah. Sure. I don't know if that works, but
just don't bring up the things that y'all are sensitive of each other about,
Yeah, you can agree on 100 things and there'll be one thing you just disagree on, and that's okay. You can disagree. You don't have to not be friends because of one thing, It's fine. As long as they don't keep
everything
pushing in your face, continually that one thing. They're just bringing it up all the time. Like, all right, look, man, we disagree. We agree to disagree. Fucking drop it. All right. That's right. That's what my line would be.
It used to be there was two things you don't talk about, and now it's the two things everybody talks nothing but.
Yeah.
Religion and fucking politics.
Yeah. That's just the thing you don't bring that shit up at the dinner table, man.
You don't bring it up in general, like in any kind of conversation, unless it's going to be a civil conversation.
Which
never
is
that anymore.
Yeah. Nobody could. There are a few people out there that can sit down and have a civil disagreement on things, talk their points, in a manner that is human and reasonable, you know, because you can't agree with people on the extremes, man. You can't.
No.
It's Murica. 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 People can't disagree to fucking and have a conversation, man. It's dumb. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's blow this motherfucker and play some COD.
I'm down. How long is it on?
Here's what I'll say, Missouri. Here's what I'll say. It was a very beneficial time for a lot of people. That's what I'll say. I'd like to see another beneficial time for a lot of people. Anyway.
Yep. Reagan 2024.
Oh, fuck.
Which one? I'll agree to agree.
I'll agree to agree. I like that. We can agree on things.
Yeah.
Can we disagree to agree?
Yeah. We can disagree about agreeing if you like.
Okay.
I don't want to agree with this agreement.
But I agree with your agreement to disagree.
Agreement.
Okay.
This agreement disagrees with my agreement.
That makes sense. Yeah, we cooked about an hour and 10 minutes, man. We can.
Yeah, I figured it'd be a shorty.
See, Missouri, the issue is I cannot speak on that sort of thing.
I can, and there's a comedian that says that like he likes watching him give speeches because afterwards he turns into a Roomba, and there's no truer words ever been said. Man, just like,
and that's all I have to say about that.
That's funny. A Roomba.
Yeah. Anyway, sometimes when you do a job
that way,
you just
that way. I came up there. Do I go out that? This way?
Look, I do my job the best I can, right? But there's a certain point in my life where I'm just not equipped or capable of doing it anymore because of my health or my age or whatever, my ability. So, you know, there's a point in time where like people just need to call it they got to learn to call it a day, you know, retire, enjoy it, enjoy the rest of your time on earth. That's what I'll say to that.
Time when you become senile.
have y'all seen, was it Dana Carvey?
It's a concern, and I'm concerned, you know? As a human being to another human being, I'm concerned. And I can't wait to shave this fucking mustache off.
I can't wait till my beard grows back.
It's getting there. Let's wrap it up, you guys. You want to wrap it up?
I think you should keep it.
Yeah.
You should keep it.
I think I should keep it and just grow it in thick like Tom Selleck.
I've been saying it, yes.
It's literally
just
only 26 days of growth.
Just pull one of these fucking, shave profiles that all your fucking E3 and below have.
No, it'll just be the mustache. I'm not gonna pull the bullshit because I'm not one of those people. You
got all the E3 and belows running around magically having shave problems who barely shave for less than a year.
Mike, you got a goatee, bro. Where's the rest of it at?
Yeah.
You can line it up now. You can shape it on your neck and on your cheeks. You can line it up now. That's a rule. Well, it can't be more than a 1/4 inch long, but motherfuckers be like having this bull. Like,
dude.
Come on, man.
You know where I work, and I walk around, and I'm looking at dudes with full beards. I'm like,
well, some have exemptions.
Not exemption.
They're just they're
like you can look at this dude and be like, all right, dude.
Yeah, they're seeing how far they can go. They're pushing it.
Yeah, you're like, I know damn well you ain't running around and from India or something. It's like you're whiter than me. Shut up.
AG's salty because he had to earn his right to grow that beard.
Yeah, well,
no, it's just ridiculous. It's like I don't know.
It's
the
tricky,
lack
man.
of respect and
to the damn standards,
values and stuff now. It's insane.
standards are lowered.
This is what I tell people all the time. The standard you walk past is the standard you allow. You don't walk back. You walk past that shit and you don't correct it, like, you're letting it happen. You're just breeding it. I tell people all the time. Like, if you see something fucked up, fix it. You know?
Yeah.
They would get destroyed.
I literally will go to someone, and I've done this. I will print out the grooming standard uniform reg. I will highlight the part that it says this is what it's supposed to be. I'll walk up to the person. I'll hand it to him and say, have a read. And then I'll stand there and wait for him to read it. And they'll look at me and I'll say, that better be fixed by lunchtime. And that's it. And I'll walk away. And by lunch, full shave. Like, surprise. Yeah.
I don't want to meet Master Chief's reptile.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not different, man, really. I obviously will, I use military respect with rank and things like that with people, and I address them that way. But for the most part, like, this is me, man. You know, like, I'm not much different.
Steph's been in long enough to have been around the level of, like, I don't know how to explain the level of correctness in the army when it comes to, like, higher level, you know, senior enlisted people in the army.
Well, because
compared to other places, and that's what I dealt with, especially in the combat arms world. It's strict.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for relaxed grooming standards, and most people don't get to enjoy that unless they're doing a certain thing in certain areas and don't have the ability. Generally.
The only time we ever got to have relaxed grooming standards was we had to go to JRTC in Louisiana at Fort Polk to be Op 4.
Yeah. So when you're playing opposing force, you have to act like the opposing force. Yeah, that makes sense too.
So they let us, for that 1 month. 1 month we were there doing this duty.
So deployments that I've been on is depending on who we're deploying with, and depending on the mission set, was whatever their grooming standard was, that was our grooming standard. Whatever their uniform was, that was our uniform. So everyone blended in the same way. Sometimes it was fucking, Dickies pants with a fucking shirt and some trail running shoes. Sometimes it was a uniform, whatever kind of uniform was issued at that point in time. Sometimes you could fucking grow a full beard, depending on what you're doing and where you're at and who you're with. And that was our, at least in the unit that I was in for a while. Because
for us, it was whatever our grooming and uniform standards was our group, which is usually a lot stricter than people.
And most times for us, like most people when they're going on deployment in the Navy anyways, it's regular grooming standards, Yeah. When I'm going exped with specific groups of people who do specific things in a specific way, whatever their standard is our standard. So there's no telling who's who. So just depends. And I'll leave that there. But so
you could say it anymore.
I was saying that I wouldn't want to meet them because I've been
presented with special services, let's say.
Yeah. I deployed with ODA SEALs, MARSOC, or Marine Raiders, as you call them now. Different countries have special forces as well that also embed. So, but they get you basically just blend with them. That's what you do. So, whatever their standard is, that's what you keep. But when you come home, like you're getting off the plane, you come home, like you're back to normal, man. You know what? You better not walk off that fucking plane looking like you've been living in the fucking desert for fucking 6 months with no water.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you have been.
Even though, it was.
I haven't been in a jungle for fucking 3 months. I haven't been eating ducks and fucking snake blood. So. Anyway.
That sounds delicious, actually.
Jungle survival training in the Philippines.
I don't like duck, man.
I've actually never had duck.
Yeah. I've never.
You've been duck hunting, but you've never had it.
I heard it's greasy.
Yeah, it is.
And you cook it kind of red, like a steak.
I didn't like goat either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of goat. Goat is not. I don't like lamb or goat.
Nope.
I
Lamb,
like squirrel.
lamb tastes rotten to me. It tastes like it's gone bad. I don't care how anyone cooks it. It tastes like it's gone bad.
I've eaten
We had a guy.
pet
Go ahead.
lamb before
No,
when I was a kid. Yeah.
Eating my own pet lamb.
Yeah.
Damn.
My mom was
No,
like, "You like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's good." She's like, "Yeah, it was Babe." That was the lamb's name. Okay.
No, not
You named it Babe.
No,
Oh God.
Babe's delicious.
not Babe.
So you liked it, lamb? The
So-
flavor of it?
Well, yeah, I've only hated that one time when I was a kid.
Oh,
But I
My-
mean, my favorite meat is fried squirrel. Like, I don't eat it all the time, but I love that shit.
give me a cow, man.
Yep. I want
Cow
the-
is my
I want the
favorite.
turf. But my first deployment, we bought a goat off this farmer and had the IA guys cook this shit up, slaughtered it.
Dude, that reminds me. I traded. So there was a place I went to, and they don't make chimney. You know what a chimney is?
Yes.
A chimney is like it's made out of clay, and it's a fire pit outdoors, and it's kind of bulbous and it's rounded
Like
and has a little
vase.
chimney. It looks like a big, like orange colored vase made from clay, and some of them are more decorative than
It's
others.
got a big mouth that you fucking feed a fire
Yeah,
through.
it's called a chimney. Anyway, I got a chimney, and the chimney, they make them in America. And this place I went to, you couldn't get them. So this person I knew wanted one. And the deal was that I trade it for a pig. So, so I took a chimney and brought it there on the lift and traded it for a pig. And we had a fucking pig roast with that pig. It was dope as fuck.
See, that would have been nice.
It was dope, man.
You-
And then they
You're
brought
not,
out,
you're not getting a pig in Iraq.
yeah, and they brought out a big ass jar of basically moonshine. The locals have made moonshine. I literally you take a ladle and you fucking do a shot from the ladle from the jar, and in like 10 minutes you feel like you're on fire.
And it's made from their own spit.
It's hot as
When we-
fuck. Yeah,
when we start
probably,
growing
but it fucks
blueberries.
you up.
I'm gonna start making some blueberry wine when we start growing blueberries.
That sounds good, man.
Does sound good.
But
I didn't fact check this, but I heard that we started using turkey for Thanksgiving. It used to be raccoon, but one of the presidents, I can't remember which one it was, pardoned the raccoon and made it his pet. And they loved raccoons so much that they started a program that would turn in a raccoon, you get a free turkey. And that's how turkey became the staple of Thanksgiving.
raccoon
Never
became
heard that
turkey.
before.
No, the raccoon. Yeah, it was raccoon. Now it's turkey. I did not
So
fact
what?
check that,
Raccoon
but
was.
I did hear that.
So you're saying raccoon was the meal?
Yes.
I thought it was always turkey, man. Because there was like wild turkeys in that. They were brought by the natives or something in that meal.
White House Thanksgiving raccoon.
What? Damn. I'm trying to find this picture of the moonshine. I took a picture of the jar. I'll find it one day.
Raccoon was once a Thanksgiving feast fit for a president.
I heard you make toothpicks out of raccoon dicks. Is that a thing? That's a thing. I heard that's a thing.
What?
Hold on. Yeah. That's somebody in Louisiana that I know told me he was going to give me a fucking
Stuff
raccoon.
to come up with.
Hold on. I got it up now.
Oh, I just backed up.
Oh. I can't close it.
Oh.
There you go.
Let me pull it back up.
You
I
close
pull it back
out.
up and then
It's because I'm not moving it off of
Well-
that screen. Hold on.
we'll host out after. It's been about an hour and a half. The oddest of the food gifts came in the form of a live raccoon. 1926.
Yeah, well, that's 1926. That's way later.
Was that during the Great Depression?
Yeah.
No, it's the Roaring 20s.
Oh, when was it the Great Depression? 1930s?
The Great Depression.
30s, I want to say.
1929.
Oh, right before.
1929 to 1941.
Yeah. And then we had
World War II.
Yeah. War is profitable. So America profited.
Well, we did get a 99-year lease on places overseas because of Britain. Britain Empire, no big deal. 99 year for free.
Nice.
But not for free,
It costed. AG sounds way better when he's closer to his mic.
Yeah. We'll put it up there. Hello.
Yeah, that's right. Dude. That's where it should be.
Bro.
That's where it should be, just like this.
Put it, hold on. Hey, how's it going?
It's a little too close. I can smell your breath.
I can feel it tickle in my ear. Anyway, all right, let's host out, you guys. We'll call it.
Make sure you drop that follow on Missouri when you get in there.
Okay. Love y'all.
Love you. Mean it.
Later.